everybody, I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster, and it's time for another deck special! How you doing, y'all? This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster, as you already know. Calling in to let y'all know that if you need to talk, just hit me up at Facebook. My link is in the description of the video. Also on my page. I can help with any problem you have, or if you just need someone to talk to, hit me up. With that said, I'd like to show you the trolliest deck I think I've ever created. I normally don't do troll decks, but I felt like, what the hell. You know, one troll deck. I did at one point have a self-destruction button deck I was going to show, but then Konami was like, fuck you! And banned its self-destruction button, so I'm like, damn it. So, okay, fine. It's an Exodia deck, but not like Turbo Exodia, it's more like Stall Exodia. But it actually does do pretty well. I'll also try to get some duel videos, but I'm only going to face the computer with it because I feel it's too trolly to play against actual people right now. And besides, I've made too many people cry. So, as always, if you like the video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And, catch you in the duel. We start off here, of course, with the 5 pieces of Exodia. You gotta have the legs, the arms, and the head, which gets you the instant win. But you always gotta wonder, you know, it mostly just shows his head. Where the hell is his body? But there's not really, besides that, there's not really much to say. You run one of each. As Exodia, obviously, if you could run more, you would. Then we move on to 2 emissaries of the afterlife. It, when sent from the field to the grave by any means, gets each player a level 3 or lower normal monster from their deck to their hand. This will only search out the arms and the legs, as the head is an effect monster, but hey, it speeds the process. I don't run 3 because I go through this deck pretty quickly with draw power. I don't, you know, I normally get the head pretty easily, and besides, I've dead drawn these things a few times. Now for the stall engine, we run 3 Marshmallow. Obviously, can't be destroyed by battle, and when flipped face up by battle, inflicts 1,000 burn. The point is, it keeps your life points safe, provided you don't go against a Piercer. Then, of course, we got 3 Aroma Jars. Keep in mind, it is a level 1, which plays an aspect in this deck. When it's flipped by battle, it cannot be destroyed by battle anymore. Plus, during each end phase, you gain 500 life points. This counts your end phase and your opponent's. You get 2 on these filled, you're gaining 1,000 each turn. And trust me, that's good. Then we got the star of the deck. This is why the deck is called Vijam the Indestructible. We got 3 Vijam the Cubic Spawn. Now, for those who don't know what it does, obviously, can't be destroyed by battle. Kind of the theme I'm going for. Okay, that's pretty cool. Great. Okay, but the effect that makes it good is at the end of the damage step of any time it battles, I can place this card face up in my spell or trap card zone and put a a cubic counter, there we go, cubic counter on my opponent's monster. Now this cubic counter stays there permanently, and that monster can no longer attack nor activate its effects. Then during my turn, I'm allowed to special summon this Vijam the Cubic Spawn from my spell or trap card zone in defense or attack, obviously defense, and the cubic counter stays. The only way to get rid of it is to get rid of the monster. So I simply just locked your motherfucker down, and now you can't do shit. Plus, if I want, he can also keep me safe, since he can't be destroyed by battle. It's the only cubic monster you run, and in my honest opinion, one of the best ones in the cubic archetype, in my personal opinion. Actually, I think the deck actually focuses on him, but I haven't done much research. Then we move on to the last monster of the deck. Oh, and keep in mind on Vijam, he's a level 1. We move on, like I said, to the last monster of the deck, Mystic Piper. Now, we have 3 Aroma Jars, 3 Vijams, and 4 pieces of Exodia are all level 1, plus Mystic Piper himself. So summon him, tribute, draw a card. A lot of the times I'll get a draw an extra card. Not always, but hey, it's a free draw. So I tried Card D, but the problem with Card D is I can't special summon, and sometimes I need to bring my Vijam back, so it's like, And And not to mention other factors sometimes cause it just not to work right. So I decided to go with Mystic Piper. It seems to work better for me. I run 1 day apiece. Obviously, keep me safe, draw a card. Don't really care if my opponent draws. 1 Upstart Goblin. God, I wish I could run 3. Them gaining life points really don't frickin' matter to me. 3 Pot of Dualities. Search through my deck. Like I said, Vijam's the only thing that special summons in here. 3 Defense Draws. This is kind of like a makeshift Upstart Goblin. I target one of my defense position monsters with 1,000 or less defense, which is pretty much Vijam, Marshmallow, Aroma. Technically, I can also do it on Emissary if I want to. And it lets me draw a card. And of course, they can't be destroyed by battle, but we're not using it for that effect. We're using it to get an extra draw. It helps you speed through your deck. It makes up for the lack of Upstart Goblins in this deck. We run 2 Shards of Greed. Now, I know it's slow, but it's like you really don't have much generic draw support in this game right now because Konami's like, fuck you, let's ban or limit everything. So it's really the only option. If y'all can think of a better option that's quicker, lets you draw, and won't hinder me getting the Exodia pieces like I have to discard them at the end phase or shit like that, like you do with, what's it called? Demise or Void, I think is the other one. Yeah, so those I can't play because losing the Exodia pieces from my hand, I have no way of getting back. I'd be fucked. So if you think of something else, I do run 2 Shards of Greed. I'm willing to replace it for something faster, but right now this is the only option I've seen. And then I run 3 Extra Nets. Now, for those who don't know what this is, it's a field spell that basically, if you special summon a monster from the extra deck, your opponent gets to draw a card. I don't special summon from the extra deck, but Pendulum Summoning, Fusion, Synchro, Exceeding, it's a thing. So you put this out here, they special summon, you get a draw. Oh, you make so many draws if they try to do Lightning. It's like summon. Okay, thank you. And Lightning's effect can't stop a monster from being destroyed by battle, just so you know. So, yeah, you overdraw at times. You could cut this down to 2, and if I find a better draw card than Shard of Greed, I might cut it down to 2 and put 3 of that in, if I can. But, because you draw into pretty much everything pretty easily. And this card is just really good at helping you get those draws. I've won a few times off of getting Exodia from that one draw. It does make a difference. Now, for the last spell, it's going to be a little confusing, but just bear with me. I'll get to the combo with it in a minute. And trust me, you can play this combo quite a bit, and it's really good. I run 2 Metamorphosis Fusions. No, I do not fusion with Metamorphoses in this deck, obviously. So no, that's not why I run it. I run it because while it's in the grave, once per turn, you can put it in your deck, shuffle, draw 1 card. Now, you might be asking, well, how the hell do I get it in my deck? That makes no sense. Well, obviously, I said it, the Twin Twister, hey, yay! But, okay, that's not going to happen all the time. I need a constant way of getting this thing from my hand or field into the grave so I can, get that draw. I only run 2 because it does clutter. Now, we move on to the traps. This will make sense in just a moment. Let's start with the first trap, and in my opinion, the best trap in the deck, which most people don't even remember, or may not even know exists. 3 Scrubbed Raid. Now, for you going, what? Never heard of that card. What does it do? Well, it's very simple. It's a continuous trap. Twin Twister target, obviously, but during your battle phase, you can send 1 card you control on the field to the graveyard in the battle phase. Now you ask, why this is good? If your opponent decides to attack you with a swarm of monsters, you send 1 card to the grave, which, by the way, does work with Emissary of the Afterlife. You send them to the grave, get a monster. Doesn't matter how they sent. And it also works with Metamorphosis Fusion. Because on your next turn, you can send Metamorphosis Fusion back to the deck, get an extra draw. It's like drawing for 2 cards. And you'll draw into it quite a lot with a lot of these draw cards, and sending it with Scrubbed Raid gets you that plus. Plus, it ends the battle phase. Just remember, if you're attacking with, or if you're trying to use this effect with a monster like Armades or Lightning or something that prevents you from activating spell or traps or monster effects when they attack, do it at the start of the battle step. The second they go, I'm going to my battle phase. Okay, I played this. Boom. End your battle phase right then and there. They can't do shit. If you wait for them to attack, well, you can't activate it because they prevent you from doing so. So keep that in mind. Scrubbed Raid's a really good card. If you can find a deck for it, I suggest you give it a try, because being able to literally prevent them from attacking with any monster, that's an amazing card. And the fact that you only have to send something to the grave, you can work around that That's why I run Metal Focus Fusion. And then for the last card, I know you're probably thinking, let me guess, Reckless Greed. No, that hindered me way too freaking much. I mean, draw, and then I couldn't draw again. Now, I didn't like that. So instead, I went with a more linear route. 3, Good Goblin Housekeeping. Now, you might be sitting there going, what the hell is this card? Well, it's very simple. You draw a card, and then you take a card in your hand, put it back in your deck. Well, bottom of your deck. You shuffle enough, so it's not that big of a deal. So obviously, get rid of a card you don't need, you draw a card. Then, also, if you happen to have a Good Goblin Housekeeping or more in your grave, you get to draw an additional card for every Good Goblin Housekeeping in your grave. So, say you have 2 in your grave, 1 on the field, which, hey, you can always get 1 in the grave with Scrub and Raid, you know. You pick it up, draw 3 cards, put 1 back. And you go through your deck quick enough to get all these. More times than not, I will go through all these. And I will only activate the first one if I have something in my hand I can send back that I don't need. Because it really sucks to draw a card. Oh, it's an Exodia piece, but I have nothing to send back, so I have to send it back. So always make sure for the first one you have. For the second one, you're drawing 2 cards. You can sack up 1. And then the third one, you're drawing 3. So not a big deal. Okay, that's my deck. I don't run an extra deck, don't really see the point. I don't Exceed, I don't Synchro, I don't Fusion, I don't do any of that bullshit. So, if you like the deck, let me know. Give me your thoughts. If you got some improvements to make it better, hey, I'm all ears. And with that said, until next time, peace out, rock on.